Hey scrappers, it's Vanessa here with another scrapbook process video, and today I am going to use my July stash kit as well as a cut file from the Creative Cuts Club. And so I'm just showing you here all the things that I pulled from that stash kit, and I will be using the cut file that was a mermaid tail, and so there it is. I'm showing that, and I'm going to use that marble paper to back the cut file here in a moment. And I am still playing with some of the settings on my camera, so I do apologize if the focus goes in and out a little bit. But I am also going to do some stamping on this layout, so I'm showing you here the inks that I plan to use as well as the stamps, and I'm going to do a little bit of splatters with that ink that I just showed you. So I do apologize. I'm hopefully going to get the autocorrect or the autofocus to correctly work going forward. I think in my next video I finally have it fixed, but this one was still in the testing phase. So like I said, I am going through and doing some ink splatters with that mist. I think that was the Colorings Oh Say Can You See, I believe was the color. And then, like I said, I'm going to take that marble paper, which was from Maggie Holmes, I believe. I think that's from the Gather collection, and I'm going to use that to back this cut file. I liked this paper because it had lots of color on it, and it made it easy to just be able to use that to back the entire cut file, and then I would have this sort of swirly, colorful pattern in the background. So once I get that all glued down, I am just going to take and cut it out with my scissors. I'm going to start it here, but I will cut the rest of it off camera. And basically all I'm doing is just tilting my scissors slightly to get just under the edge of the cut file so that I can get a nice clean edge all the way around. So there you see, I'm going to show that I have cut it all off, and there is my backed cut file, and I really love how it turned out. So the next thing I'm going to do here is take one of these 6x6 papers that I had in my kit and my photo, and I'm just going to do a simple mat around my photo with just this one piece of pattern paper. So just a simple mat around the photo. I just wanted to add a little bit of a layer to my photo so that it would have some color around it and make it just kind of pop a little bit. And so I'm just kind of playing with the cut file and my photo. It is about a 4x6. I did cut it off a little bit, so it's a little bit smaller than a 4x6, but I'm going to use that sort of larger photo with this larger cut file. Here now I am just taking the stamps that I had pulled out, and I'm going to stamp this sunshine with a little smiley face in the yellow. And then I do believe that I stamp a couple other phrase stamps on this, but if I remember correctly, I don't think I end up using them on this layout, but I do stamp them either way. Both of them I'm going to stamp in this green, I believe this is Mint Julep from Hero Arts, and so I'm going to stamp that one, and then this one that says Summer Days or something like that, or Sunshine Days or something along that line. The color is very light, so it doesn't show up perfectly on camera, but in real life you can see it quite well. But I do end up using that sun, so you will see that sun make an appearance. Now here's my background. The splatters have all dried, and I did take it to my sewing machine and just put a little border stitch around the entire layout. I liked the added texture that brought, so I added that. Now here you're going to see I'm just going to build my layout clusters on this layout for how I'm thinking it's going to kind of all come together. So all of these things, like I said, came from my July stash kit, and so I'm going to just kind of layer up a few things. There's basically going to be two main embellishment clusters, and then off camera I do end up adding a little bit underneath the photo, so you'll see those in the still photos at the end. But for the most part there is really just two embellishment clusters. The one up to the top left of the photo, and then this other cluster here that's toward the bottom left, right underneath that mermaid tail. So kind of just playing around with all the different bits and pieces, getting everything laid out and keeping my colors pretty consistent, and adding some florals from that Simple Stories floral pack into my clusters, as well as I have some wood veneer sort of that just gives, again, that little extra texture and dimension to these clusters. I do off camera pop a few things up on some fun foam just to give that added dimension, but essentially, as you see right here, this is how the clusters pretty much come together. In the Creative Cuts Club kit, we did get some of these little kind of clear bubbles, I want to call them, and then some other like shells and different little embellishment pieces that we can add to our layout. So I took out some like blue kind of shell pieces, and then I will use some of those bubbles as well in my two clusters. Next, however, I am going to put my title on this layout, and the title for this one is Water Babies, and this is just a picture of my two kiddos, and they are getting in the pool, and my kids are definitely water babies for sure. They both love the water and getting to spend as much time in the pool as they can, so I definitely liked the mermaid tail for this water baby layout. And so there you see I have put down both of my clusters, and I am going to take some of those little bubbles and I'm going to actually put them around the layout like enamel dots. So I'm going to have 1 or 3 in each cluster. So there you see I'm just kind of putting those in place. And then as a finishing touch for this layout, I do kind of dot around in sort of the same diagonal as I did the splatters, some of these turquoise sequins that I just have in my stash. And then with that will complete this layout. So guys, you will see the still photos at the end, and I will catch you on the next layout. Oh, I did add some twine in that tag because I can't stand to have a tag without some twine in it, so that ends up actually being the finishing touch for this one. So stay tuned for the photos at the end, and guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.